Hey chat, how's it going? Welcome to today's stream. A little unexpected stream here today. I'll give you some context for why I decided to do this today of all days in just a few moments. But first, I would like to say hello to everybody who's here. I see Arch, who is very early. Ratty Gang for life, Arch. Voxy's here. Finn Blue. Memory777. Mr. Man Mystery, Mousepad, Chalupa Joe, Movies XP, Coda Kitten, Sunshine Burrito, PMC, Not Freddy. Hello everybody. I'm going to quickly answer Coda Kitten's question. Coda Kitten said, "Hey Dojo, I love your Pick Pack video. I'm glad that you liked it, Coda Kitten. Who's your favorite character in Pick Pack?" Honestly, they're all amazing. I can't pick just one. As Arch said, though, I do have a fondness for Digital Tome 3, but all of them are the best members of Pick Pack. Okay, so we're going to be doing some, hopefully chill electrical work today. I wish I could say that I was feeling particularly brave, but I think I'm just feeling particularly loopy. No, I think I'm just being particularly foolish here. This is going to be a big undertaking for me, so we might not get all the way through this today. And I'm going to kind of explain what we're doing before we get started with it. But yeah, some of you may be aware of what the plan is today already. All right. Red Shell 9 says trans rights. Trans rights. Let us switch over to our webcam. Look! Hello everybody. I'm here at my desk. This is a Casio Loopy. In case you're not familiar, this was a console released by Casio, who are most famous for their calculators, their watches, their keyboards. They are also the manufacturers of this home video game console from 1995. It was released only in Japan, and it is very special because inside it there is also a color sticker printer, and a lot of the games were based around the use of that color sticker printer as well. The video output from these is not especially great. It's pretty standard for its era, but there are ways to get a better picture out of it, and I would very much like to attempt that today. Partly Human online, Roger, who has done a lot of amazing hardware and software work for the Loopy in the last year or so, put together a guide for how you can get RGB signals out of the Loopy, and I'm going to attempt it. It's definitely a big step up from anything I've done like this before, so I'm going to take my time with it. I will say, if you're any kind of electrical engineer, if you do hardware mods, if you know anything about this stuff, this might be a little painful. It's not going to be the best work in the world, so just keep that in mind. I will try my very, very best, but don't expect a masterpiece here. This could also just go wrong. There is a real risk that I just mess this up, so I will be taking things slow. I'd really rather not mess anything up, but it's a possibility that we need to be aware of. The first task is going to be opening up the Loopy. Now, I've done that before a couple of times. The process is fairly straightforward, so I think we'll get started with that. That'll be a nice, easy W. See you, Marissa. Thanks for hanging out. So, first things first, we need to take the print cartridge, this little guy here, and the key, so we don't lose it. And we are going to flip it over. That's great, Coda Kitten. Okay, so there are a number of screws on the bottom here, and I'm going to go through these. By the way, if anyone's watching and they were really, really hoping for some Fashion Dreamer today, I have had a super busy day today, and I've been looking at computer screens all day, and I was feeling like, man, I'm definitely too tired to do a Fashion Dreamer stream as much as I want to play it. And I do want to hang out with folks, but I don't really want to be looking at another screen. So this felt like a nice middle ground where I can be doing something that I've been planning on doing for a while, but also give my eyes a little bit of a break. Okay, so is this... Yeah, there we go. I have another screwdriver that I normally use for this part of the job. I mean, this is working, but I don't really like this screwdriver, so just give me 1 second. Which one is it that I normally use? I don't think it's this one, but let me just check. Oh, you know what it is? It is 100% this one. Hey, Roger, welcome to the stream. Roger says, this is exactly why I got into electronics. Do something away from the screen with my hands. Yeah, I think I've definitely talked about this on stream before, but there is a kind of fatigue that comes from the days where you're working in front of a computer screen for the whole day. And it's a really different kind of fatigue from, you know, even if you've been walking all day. And it feels bad. It's like your head is buzzing. And that is not nice. By the way, if you're curious, the music that I'm playing in the background today is from PC Collection, one of the Casio Loopy games, which is mostly a sort of creative suite. It has a drawing application, it has a music creation tool, it has a word processor, it has a fortune teller. What else does it have? Oh, it has a dress-up game. It has a crane game as well. It has a jigsaw puzzle game. It rocks. It's so good. Memory, thank you so much. That's a very lovely message. Sorry, chat. I've been so focused on these screws I haven't been reading for the last couple of minutes. I think it might be off screen currently, but I have a little tub that I'm putting these screws in. There's actually not a huge amount of screws in the Loopy, and they are, as far as I can tell, interchangeable as to which holes you put them back into. Sometimes you can open up, usually with like more modern systems, and they can have screws with certain lengths that can only go back into one hole, and that is always a terrifying prospect. Normally what I do when that's happening, when I'm opening something up like that, I make a little miniature diagram of the system that I'm opening. So like here with the Loopy, I would get a piece of A4 paper, draw the shape of the Loopy, draw the screw holes, and then place the screw that I just removed onto that position on the diagram. Now that's obviously important because that you don't knock it. It's important that you don't knock it when you're doing that, because then the whole thing falls apart. Red Shell is asking, what's the gold thing? This thing here? This is where I will be cleaning my soldering iron. It's like a wire wool. It is a lovely color. And it's used to clean your soldering iron between each action that you do. Dado says, so is this a pre-made kit or is it just a schematic and parts? Yeah, so actually, you know what? I will make sure to pin a link to Partly Human's Twitter thread where he laid out what the process is and which pins we'll need to lift on the chip, the video chip, where we'll have to solder wires. It's not a pre-made kit, it is just the parts, but it's a very, I think, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but compared to most other consoles, it's a relatively easy job. Now, I know I have at least one still in here. Oh, I have two, okay. How's everybody's week been so far? We're at Thursday already. This one's honestly kind of flown for me. I can't believe it's nearly the end of the week. Sunshine Burritos had a good week so far. Mr. Man Mystery says Loopy equals cool gamer. 100%. TGIT. Oh, it's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to the weekend. There we go. And one last one. Whoa, Memory's going to a theme park on Sunday, which will be nice, and a cosplay event the next week. That sounds amazing. I can't seem to get this one to come out, so I might need to just give it a little wiggle to get it loose. There we go, it is now out. I don't know why that sometimes happens. I've opened this Loopy up before, so I'm not sure why that one was so tough. Okay, this next bit is not especially pleasant. I haven't yet found a very easy method here. There's going to be a little bit of prying involved, but I will be gentle, even if it looks a little bit brutal. So the best process I've found so far is to kind of work around the side here. Yep. Oh, Voxy, I just saw your... I'm in live chat. I just saw that message. That's the first message I've seen from you since you said hello. Feel free to repost anything. Oh, there we go. We got it. Thank you, Roger. That was a great tip. I think I'd kind of deduced that, but I didn't... That was such a succinct way of explaining the position. Okay, so there's a couple of things that always fall out. This is the snipper button for the seals, and then this is the little Loopy faceplate, the very shiny Loopy faceplate. Most of these have a weird residue on the back. I saw somebody open one of these once, and they were like, "Oh, you know who it was?" I think there was some other YouTuber that I watched open this, and they were like, "Oh, it looked brand new, but there's all this weird gunk on the back." I think it's something to do with the thermal process that actually must release a small amount of some chemical, and that's what happens, because every single one I've opened has that same patina on the back. Can I check the Discord real quick? Okay, nice. Thank you, Voxy. I don't think that's going to be an issue, but I really appreciate you letting me know. Okay, so we now have the Loopy open. Hey, Mustard! There is a cable connecting the power light to the main board, so I'm very carefully repositioning this so that we don't accidentally yank it out of the little breakout board on the top there. Do I have enough space? Hang on. I need to be sensible about how I position this. I think that's probably a good starting point. I have a very small desk that I stream from, so it's going to be a little bit cramped, but I think we can make it work. Okay, next up we have the RF shielding that we need to remove. These are metal plates that are inside a lot of pretty much every electronics to prevent any possible interference from any components inside that may emit radio frequency interference. Usually it's not an issue, but it is part of the requirement of their manufacturing that they're here. So we'll be removing these and we'll be putting them back once we are done. For this I will need to use my smaller screwdriver because the screw heads here are smaller, and I have a separate tub for the screws that I'm removing from this. Now, I just remembered one thing I don't like about this screwdriver is it's not at all magnetic. I know how I'm going to do this. I'm going to leave them in and lift it all up in one piece. Oh, that one's tough. Okay, we'll come back to that in a minute. Yes, it's so you can Casio Loopy on a plane. Actually, this section that I'm removing now, we probably won't need to do anything with until much later on. This is a little bit ambitious of me to... Oh, why is that one so tight? That's a little bit ambitious of me to be attempting to open... That's definitely too big. Open this right now. Bear with me, I have another screwdriver. Hey Staff, welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing well. Okay. I've cracked out screwdriver number 3. Again, very much not designed for this type of work, but it will do. There we go. It just loosened it enough. The problem with these, I really dislike this screwdriver. This feels terrible to use, and if you have to apply any pressure at any point, it just digs into your thumbs. So I just use that other one to get that started. Okay, so now I'm going to carefully lift this up and away, and now that it's out, I'm going to remove the 4 screws from this and put these into a separate tub. Hey Mima, good to see you. In case you're just joining us, the plan today is to at least begin the work to improve the video output from this Casio Loopy. So we'll be using an RGB signal out of the back. In fact, I should show you. So the plan is that we will put... Hello? Is YouTube okay? Weird. We've got a little board on the back here with a bunch of pads that we'll be able to solder the wires that we lead from somewhere here on the board to this, and we'll be bypassing the video circuitry in this unit and outputting via this, which at some point I am going to have to mount into the back of the Loopy. That bit I'm probably more nervous about than the entire rest of this process. But yes, we're going to be using that, and then that will mean our video output, rather than being the ketchup mustard, is it like RCA cables? I forget what they're called. Composite cables. We'll be able to use this, which is a SCART, the old school output for most European regions, I believe. Used to use this probably with like a PlayStation or maybe even a GameCube or N64 back in the day. Maybe I don't know whether I used SCART with N64, but anyway, you may have seen it before. Okay, moving on to the next RF shield. Mustard says we still use those for our CCTV monitors at work. Hey, if it works, if it ain't broke, you know that classic phrase. If it works. Oh, this would be so much nicer if this screwdriver was magnetic. I'm having to like play a game of Operation to get each one of these out of the area. And I'm also just gonna turn this around real quick. Arch says, if it ain't broke, it works. I'm such a wordsmith. Okay, I think we have just one more here. To be honest, I think what I may need to do is actually just disconnect this rather than trying to keep it attached. Normally when I'm opening it up, if I'm just kind of opening it up to take a look at something, I'll leave it connected because it's easier. But seeing as we're going to be doing quite a bit of work on this, and I don't have much space, I think I would rather just remove it entirely. I'm just gonna get myself some tweezers so I can get these screws out a little bit more easily as well. Okay, great. So that's all of the screws out of the RF shield, but we do also need to remove the cartridge eject mechanism here. And for that, there is one screw on this side, and then we're going to slide it out of the mount on the right. Cartridge. Now, sometimes, if you are very clumsy, the spring may ping out here, which is terrifying. And I'm going to be super cautious to prevent that. Okay, we're almost there. Are we? Oh, the spring fell! I did the thing I said I wasn't gonna do! Huh. Wait. Huh? There we go. Oh. That's not a difficult task. Okay, let me move this over here. And now I need to go find the spring. It's not the end of the world. In fact, I can see it. I knew it was gonna be a potential. There it is. Mr. O, excuse me. Hello, Mr. O. Mr. O says, good to see you back on Retro Gadgets. Yeah, the HD texture pack's amazing. All right. Now we should just be able to lift away the RF shielding. By the way, hello to all 20 people watching. It is so nice to have you with us. I am currently... Oh, did I miss one? I did, I missed one. I'm currently attempting to mod my Casio Loopy. Okay, there we go. How many screws was that on the inside? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just 10. Not a big deal. Okay, let's lift it away. Let's get these out of the way. And I'm also going to remove the screw from... Yes, Voxy, I was just saying that earlier. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Yeah, Roger is also suggesting the same thing. Yeah, I realized that a couple minutes back. Okay, that one looks very different from the others, so I'm okay with putting that in the same spot. Phew! Much better. Hey the Lamb, welcome to the stream. Okay, I believe it's going to be this teeny tiny little guy that we're going to be working on here. The Sony video chip for the system. I'm probably going to have to do some rejigging of the camera to try and get us as close into this as possible so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to start heating up the soldering iron though in the meantime. And I've got my flux, I've got some desoldering cord here. I've got some super thin wires, some super thin solder. So we should be good. Oh, I also have some 100 ohm resistors that I will be putting just before the end of the mod. Okay, let me rejig the camera. Solder boy, tell him. That's right, Mustard. Okay, let's try and zoom in this guy. Zoom. Zoom. More zoom. Give me all the zoom you got. Is that all you got? Okay. You're not going to be able to see anything. Huh. Oh, I have a solution. I think I have a solution. Give me a moment. I'm going to try and set you up on this tripod, because right now you're on top of, on the arm for my screen, whereas I might need to bring you down a bit lower, and hopefully this will work. I'm obviously going to swap out from the webcam view for a moment, just while I do this and get it all set up. So stand by while I give this a go. Staff says, that's fine, just describe each action in excruciating detail. Okay, let's see. Can I make this work? While I'm doing this, I'm just going to describe the song that is currently playing and the kind of origin of it. So this was taken from PC Collection, as I mentioned earlier. I recorded this by just setting the game into each mode and letting it go until I've captured the whole song. There is a little crocodile on this screen that never shuts up, and it means that there is no way to get clean audio of this currently. I can't wait till we've got an easier way to capture audio from Loopy games, so we can finally get some clean rips of these two tracks here. Okay, I'm almost done. I think I've got a solution here that will work. Uh-oh, can my cable not reach? Come on, webcam. You can do this. Okay, the camera's currently bad dayed. Let me see if I can bring it back to life here. Hey, okay. I have. I know you can't see anything just yet. There's still some rejigging to do. Okay, this is gonna be real funky. Alright, let's give this a try. Okay, almost. Let me just get the focus right. What an angle. There we go. I think that's probably about the best we're gonna get. Oh, it's this one here that we need. Okay, I need to be so careful. Okay. Hey, that's gonna be a micro view of my fingers. Okay. So it is this chip here that we're gonna be working on. And I just want to bring up the pins that we're gonna need to lift. So we're going to need to lift pin 24 or pin 1 for the ground for the system. We are also going to need to lift pin 12 and pin 20 through pin 23. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you can tell which pin is pin 1 on a particular chip by the little circle that is sort of debossed into the plastic on the top, which would make this pin in this corner here, closest to the camera, pin 1. Which means I'll probably lift pin 24 for ground, which is... Oh, you know what? I don't want to do that because it's close to that cap. So I think I will lift pin 1. It will be the first thing I lift, and it seems to be the clearest here, so that will be a nice test for us. In order to prepare for that, I think I will need to... If you're up for doing something a little different, you could always just do the top left quadrant, 24 to 19. Oh, is 19 a 5 volt as well? Ah, nice. Okay, that's really cool, actually. Hey, Elisa, welcome to the stream. That's really cool, Roger. Okay, yeah, let's do that. That's nice and clean, nice and easy. So that would be pin 24, pin 23, pin 22, 21, 20, and 19. Okay, great suggestion. Whew, boy. So, I think what I need to do now is apply a bunch of flux to the area, and then I'm going to need to gently roll the soldering iron over the pins in that area, which are, fortunately for me, in a row together, with a little bit of desoldering wick, I think. Okay. You won't be able to necessarily see this, but I have some flux here that I'm putting onto my cotton warbird. And I'm going to try and apply that as carefully as I can to the area. If there's any excess that ends up anywhere else, it's easy enough to remove it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 24. Okay. So that's the area we're dealing with. Okay. So the next thing I think is probably just to apply a tiny bit of heat to those pins. Chat, would you believe me if I said I was a little nervous? Did my little soldering iron just give out? No, it's good. Okay, I'm gonna give this a try. Oh, I think the nib is not precise enough here. Just give me 1 second. I might need to go wired here for a little bit more precision. I've got a wired soldering iron. Let me just see. This is not on. This is just me testing. Yeah, that's going to be way, way better. Lucine says, sure. Nervous? Sure, but at least you've got one backup Loopy, right? Yes, correct. I have at least one backup Loopy. I'm currently just plugging in the other soldering iron, and I'm looking around for some electrical tape. It's a great joke, Arch. I know it's such a strange camera angle, Mr. Man Mystery. I wanted to give you a up-close look at what I'll be doing in a second, though. Alright, sorry for the delay here. My other soldering iron is now powered on, and it will take some time to heat up, unfortunately. So in the meantime, I'm just going to make sure I have everything that I need prepped. PMC says, wow, Loopy's cost less than a Switch. I found one for £150. Yeah, I suppose it makes sense for a console that is as old as it is, that it would be priced a little lower than the Switch. Also, there's not really as much of a collector's market around the Loopy like there is for some other retro consoles. But equally, if you can find one in Japan, you will definitely be able to find one for cheaper than that as well. I wish there was a portable Loopy. It would be so good. A Dymo but with games. Okay. Is this heating up? Resisting the urge to touch the end of a soldering iron to check that it's heated up. Yeah, I think that is beginning to get warm. Just gonna give it a little moment longer. Look at this cool flexi cable thing here. Yeah, Stuff says, I got mine for roughly $60 from Japan. It's the shipping that killed me, though. Man, that must have been a very heavy, very big box, Stuff. And yeah, shipping is brutal. Okay, let's give this a go. It is now time to apply a little bit of heat to this chip. So I'm going to try and steady my hand as much as possible, and I'm going to try and be as precise as possible. I'm just going to bring the light down a little bit, because I was blocking it with my hand. So I'm going to go again this time, but with some desoldering wick. I will try and not block the camera view completely, but it might be somewhat unavoidable here. Okay. See, I haven't heard a little pop from the pads coming up, so I'm just going to go again. You don't actually need to lift the pins up. Oh, really? There's no lifting? You can just come off of them with the wire? I didn't realize. Oh, okay. Well, that's perfect. Thank you so much. Whew, okay. That is good. Thank you for letting me know, Roger. Arch says, if you lift them, it won't work because it won't get power. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. They have not been lifted. Arch says, thankfully no ads yet. I guess YouTube doesn't think much of the intense PCB action. Shake my head, my head. I specifically created this stream from scratch because I realized that it was only happening on some streams that I was, you can copy settings. So I think there was something just straight up bugged with the reused settings that I was using before. But that is excellent to hear. Okay, well, in that case, we can just get some wire. So I have some options. It is super thin. And even though it doesn't look like it, it does actually have some shielding around it and then the core. Okay, let me just quickly restart the music here. I was actually going to play you the Fashion Dreamer OST today, but I forgot to download it. So we're going to have the PC Collection one again, just for the moment until I've got that downloaded. What gauge is that? It is 0.25. It is Kynar covered silver plated copper wire. Okay, so let me cut myself 5 lengths of this wire. I'm gonna use black for ground. I'm gonna use probably blue for most of the rest of it. And maybe this yellow for the 5 volt. And I'm going to cut it longer than I need to begin with. This is where it'd be so fantastic if I had 2 cameras, because I could switch between the close-up and my overhead one, but unfortunately you're just going to have to make do with the close-up for now. But I will describe what I'm doing. I will definitely take a look after the stream, Mr. Man. I'm looking forward to seeing it. Okay, 1 cable. I'm so excited to have this done. It will be so wonderful to get clean images from the Loopy, especially seeing as I would like to be streaming some of the games that we haven't had an opportunity to check out on the stream relatively soon. Okay, so we are gonna go one, two. I'm cutting the middle ones now, so I need 3 of these. And last one I'm going to cut is the ground. Great, okay. So the next thing to do will be, I suppose, stripping the shielding around each cable and then tinning each one. Now, because of how fine gauge this wire is, I'm actually stripping it with my teeth. Do not do that. I just realized that my wire thingies, the gauge is too small. I can't use them. But I have successfully, can you see that? Remove the shielding here on one of them. If this is picking up on mic, I apologize. Okay, so we now have our ground with the end revealed. So I'm actually going to get the helping hand here. Mr. O, thank you very, very much for your 10 moolah towards the Loopy Fund. Is Mr. O even in the chat right now? Mr. O, thank you so much. It is very, very appreciated. That will go towards the Loopy Fund, as it says there. Hey, there's Mr. O. It's always so wonderful to see you in chat, and I really, really appreciate your support. That has pushed us to a wonderful 60% of the Loopy Fund. Okay, real quick. I am going to just reposition the camera. I know I only just did it, but I realized that for a little while here we'll probably do want the overhead view. Apologies. Just give me one moment. Sorry, I'm currently wrestling with my webcam. Why is this no longer perching? The stand for this webcam is very weird, and it doesn't want to seem to play ball right now. Okay, that looks like it's mainly there. Ooh, the Fashion Dreamer OST downloaded. I will put that on as soon as I finish this. Webcam. My zoom control's not working on it. Why is that happening? Weird. Okay, that'll do. Don't know why my zoom wasn't working. I had to do it a little bit more manually. Get you out of the way. And I need to bring the helping hands in for a second. So I'm going to grasp the ground wire, which is here. And I'm going to try and tin the end with some solder. Which I've got here. Oh, I also need to put some flux on the end. That is not wanting to take. Okay, I think I just needed a bit more flux on the other part. Mr. Rose, as you said, quote, wrestling with my webcam, and I immediately thought of that scene in Chibi Robo where the parent was arm wrestling with the big Robo and saying, "Uncle, Uncle!" What a good game. What a good game. Welcome back, Demon Soul. Why is that side being so strange? There we go, finally. Oh, we sold in. Ugh. Okay, so let's try and put this on pin 24. I will attempt to not burn the house. It is incredibly precarious soldering iron placement. I don't condone it. Okay, what angle do I want to come towards this at? Oh boy, okay. What a funky angle. Nice, great shout, Roger. I will give that a go now. So Roger has just suggested adding some extra solder to the pins of the chip. Hey, Arch, thank you very much for upgrading to VideoDojo Premium Channel membership. That is so wonderful. I really appreciate it. And even more incentive for me to get this second part of the Loopy series done in the next 30 days so that you can make your name in the credits. Okay, that's looking good. I'll go back and do the others in a minute. Okay, whew. That is the first one done, seemingly without incident. I need you to go way over there. 4 more to go. Ah, nerve-wracking. Okay, good though. So I'm pretty sure it's the next 3. Giving my Loopy a hair transplant. That's really what it's like. 24. Oh no, so it's the next 4 and then 19 for the 5-volt. Next 4. Okay. Let's prep this next cable. And I am going to try and tin it. Where did I put the helping hands? Here. Great. Ooh, Stoff, there may be others in chat that can give you better pointers, but these little pieces here that I got for the, I think that's a 9-pin DIN, were done by was it PCBWay? I actually forget now. I so enthusiastically started trying to recommend who I used and then promptly forgot. Hang on, wait, who did I use? Let me just quickly look it up. Oh, I use 08 OSH. OSH Park was the service that I used for those, and it was very, very reasonable. But I couldn't tell you for anything more complex than that. Okay. Let's move on to the next pin. Whoa, hello. Why are you zooming in and out now, webcam? I was just about to go for the pin. Has it chilled out? Okay, we're good. Did the signals all get, like, backlogged? Text-to-speech lady is trying to communicate in other ways. Oh, look at that. That was a piece of cake that time. Easy. First try. Webcam, what are you doing? Casio watch cam. Okay, 2 down. Whew, I feel like I'm relaxing a tiny bit because I was so scared with those early maneuvers. Roger, your pointers there were so handy. I was completely off track. I was going to be trying to lift the pins. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Number 3. Chat, have you ever done any console modding, any intense electronics? Not that this is especially intense if you're used to this kind of stuff, but yeah, honestly, Voxy, it is a nerve-wracking experience on the Switch, so that 100% is like terrifying hardware shenanigans. Ooh, Arch wants to mod their PS2. Is that a replacement chip? I don't know whether that's the case still today, but I feel like back in the day there was some kind of like replacement chip that they put on it. I honestly don't know how that kind of like for want of a better word, like DRM circumvention works. Okay. Well, my iron definitely needs a clean. Apologies, everyone. Arch, I can't wait. That is so strange. I feel like the other one took very easily, and this is very reluctant. Okay, we got there in the end, though. Oh yeah, I was gonna put the Fashion Dreamer soundtrack on. I should do that before I get any further into this. Because I love PC Collection, but we've already heard it once through today. Okay, give me 1 second. Welcome back, Marissa. I hope you're well. Yeah, the current 2-week Discord Nitro trial gives you 2 boosts. Hey, Voxy, thank you very, very much for 2 boosts on the server. I don't know how close we are to level 2 at the moment. I really miss the little icons that go next to everybody's name whenever we're not on 2. 1 more boost needed. Wow, okay. Okay, I'm going to be very quick to adjust the volume here, but this might be loud at first, so... Oh boy! Oh my goodness, I hope that wasn't as loud for you as it was for me. I'm so sorry. Are you hearing that? Oh no, it's only coming through headphones. That's good. Let's try again. Oh, I know why we're not getting any audio. When I replugged the webcam, it reset my Audio properties. Okay. One sec. Output to wavelength music. We are so back. We're so back. You're listening to 102.5 Loopy FM, the home of smooth soldering jazz. The webcam chewed the audio wires. That is correct, Movies XP. As webcams are so wont to do. After that brief technical interlude, we're back in action. Is the next episode of Dumb Talk coming up? I'm going to talk about how I survived this horrifying electronics experience. If I make it through, that is. Look at no. Oh, I know what's happening. Did it default to some kind of tracking? Is that what's going on? You gonna work with me here, webcam? Doesn't seem so. Weird. Okay, sorry folks. I'm having a plethora of tech troubles here today. I wasn't expecting Dom to have more trouble with his webcam than Loopy surgery. Oof. Bridged those ones. Alright. We need to... Did it do it again? Weird. I have literally no idea why it's doing that. Chat dog is messing with the camera controls. Okay, that's number 3. It really does not want you to see what's going on. All right, give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to give it a stern talking to. You're not the webcam picture that I'm currently capturing. Where did you come from? Bro! Well, that's probably quite loud for you. Oh my goodness, chat, I do not know what's up with it. Okay, for real though, what is going on with it? Has it just died? Am I gonna have to disassemble the webcam as well? Solder some wires onto that. No? Huh. New video capture device. Let's just create a new one. Oh, there we go. Okay. Alright. Why are you so precarious? Okay, just give me 1 sec. We're back in action, folks. Quick pro FOV. Okay, now let me zoom back in. Eventually we will get there. There we go. Whew, boy. Made me work for that, huh? And is it gonna do anything weird? Looks like we're good. Are we in focus? Yes, it looks like we're in focus. Okay, moving on. It looks like we're clear. It looks like I haven't bridged anything. And we have done 3 of 6. I can't believe Mr. Man Mystery has been colluding with the webcam. Oh, don't Arch, that would be a disaster. Okay, where are the helping hands again? I just realized I've been tinning both sides. I really, really do not need to because I'm going to be trimming down those other ends. So that was silly, but it's fine. I won't do it from this point on. Three more wires. And then once those are done, I should be able to attach it to the other end, which will not be too much of a challenge, he says, and test it. We'll know whether or not I've made a pig's ear of it fairly quickly. We won't have any audio yet, but we'll get video. Thank you, Demon Soul, for the encouragement. Hey, Pix. Just one sec. I want to just check. No, we're good. Excited for Super Mario RPG, asks Pix. I'm going to be real, Pix. I'm very excited that it's coming out, and I'm very excited for people who will be playing through that either for the first time or experiencing it in a new way, but I probably won't pick it up. I don't think I've got time for an RPG right now. Says the man who is currently doing a video mod for Cassia Loopy. I got important stuff to do, like soldering wires to an ancient video game console. We now have four. Four of them. Okay, so I do actually need one more blue wire. Arch says, I bet Dom having long fingers makes this kind of work easier. You are probably right, Arch. I have bony old fingers that at least mean that I can worm them into tight gaps on the circuit board. See you, Pix. Thanks for hanging out, and I hope you enjoy Super Mario RPG when it comes out. Arch, we're like the yin and yang of fingers. It needs to be that way for balance to be maintained. can't believe I was prepping both ends of the cable when I'm absolutely gonna have to trim it. That was so silly. Nice, that one took really easily. Oh yeah. So I don't work on cars, but I can imagine how it would be very useful, especially when you're working on a car that has got a very sort of compact or a tightly packed engine. Boom, look at that! It only took me 4 and I'm getting it. That was first try, literally. Okay. I need to do some real fast scrolling just to go back to Roger's original comment, because I'm pretty sure it was 24 down to 19, but I just want to double check. (24 to 19), yeah. With 19 being 5 volt from the hit video game series WarioWare. Okay, so I'm just putting some flux on. Wait. 4, 23, 20, 21, 20. Okay, yeah. 19 here. Realize you cannot see what I'm doing. Ah, so handy. Nice. All right, so this is it. This is cable number 6. Just want to angle this a little bit. I think I need a tiny bit more solder on the pin there, actually. Just the tiniest little bit. Okay, let's give that another go. Beautiful. All right. Bear with me a sec, folks. I just want to now check where these are going to go on the other end. So I'm just wondering how much length I actually realistically need on these. Probably, if I give myself enough room for some cable management here, definitely no more than that. Oh, absolutely, Arch. I do actually have a fan. However, I am also just trying to blow them away. Great. So this is going to go onto this pad now. So I think what I'm going to do is remove the Loopy from the equation for a moment. Almost lost the soldering iron. And I'm going to prep the pads on this that we need, which are going to be ground, 5 volt, RGB, and CVID. I'm guessing is 0V ground on this? Because we've got the labels say 5 volt M CR CL, which must be audio. S CV, which is the CVID, RGB, and 0 volt. It's got to be 0 volt. I should just be using the helping hands here. Oh, Roger says yeah. Thank you very much, Roger. Okay, I got some solder on there. I'm not happy with how it's applied, so let's just go back and reheat it. Great, that's much nicer now. So I do need to bring the Casio back. What is this ambience that is playing right now? I think it's supposed to be like music that plays behind another track in-game. Yeah, Voxy, I don't know what was going on there. That was weird. Just trying to prep this first cable. Really hope this works, chat. Who knows if it will. I mean, I know the process works, but it's whether or not I can make it work on my end. Okay, good. Ground is on there. I'm going to try and use these to strip the end now because of it being attached to the system. I don't want to pull on it. This one is 23, so this goes to R. That's on there too. Next up is 22, which goes to G. Next up, we have 21 on B. There is also an extra variable in this next step that I'm a little nervous about, which is the fact that I'm going through a converter to get this into my computer so that you can see it on stream. Wait, I think I may have already goofed up. I already goofed up. Hey Skunk, I hope you are well. I know that you had an incident earlier, so I hope you are feeling as well as possible. given the circumstances. Okay. R G B 20 is going to be the CVID. Oh, Skunk, that is great to hear. Okay, we have one left, which is our 5-volt. One thing I'm not entirely sure about is whether or not, for the purposes of testing, we strictly have to solder, the 9-pin DIN into the PCB, or if the contact that it makes just by sitting in there is sufficient enough for the purposes of testing. I'm going to give it a go first, just as an experiment, but it might be that we also need to solder that for it to actually be viable for testing. So even if we don't get anything right off the bat, it doesn't necessarily mean that we're facing disaster, but nice. That is all 6 wires soldered on the other end as well. There we go. No bridging. They all seem to have made a decent connection. Oh no! Okay. Already broke 5-volt off. I guess that means that that one hadn't made a great connection anyway, so. Hey, Random Cube. Yeah, Skunk, I mean, the Loopy is a wonderful system, and it's going to get even more great as a piece of hardware to collect because of the fact that we're, fingers crossed, closing in on a flash cartridge. I don't know whether you got a chance to watch my Loopy video, but yeah, having a flash cartridge and meaning that you're able to play even those rare games from the system will be so fantastic, and will really make having a Loopy a great value proposition as well. Yeah, I am gonna have to solder these. Wyatt, welcome to the stream. I will certainly keep the Club Penguin dance in mind if I ever do a face reveal. This may end up being a surprisingly challenging part of this process. I hadn't really considered how big these bits are and how much solder they're going to require. I mean, it's fairly relaxed work, I suppose. Face reveal by printing a Loopy sticker somehow. I mean, yeah, that would be really easy to do with a magical shot. But just to bring everybody back to Earth, I don't plan on doing a face reveal. Yeah, we've been making some really great progress, PMC. Oh, what? Okay, we're good. Uh-oh. Great, okay. That is now soldered on there. We are at the stage where I can do a quick test, so I'm going to unplug this soldering iron because it is very precarious. And let it cool down. A random cube says, how did you figure out how to do this? None of this is me. There are I almost said more smarter people out there, which is a perfect slip. There are much smarter people out there than me that figured this out. This is a guide that was put together by Partly Human on Twitter, Roger in chat, or who was in chat before. It is thanks to him that I'm able to attempt this. Alright. So, theoretically, at this stage, I should be able to plug the DIN to SCART connection into here, plug that into my converter box, and capture some Loopy on stream. I need a Loopy card. Just give me 1 second. We're going to do it with Little Romance. And what do I need to do? I need to power the Loopy. I'm going to move this soldering iron off this table completely to somewhere safe. Okay. You can tell that this is the Loopy power cable because I stuck a sticker on it that says Loopy and it has a cute little emoji cat on it. So there's no room for confusion there. Okay, next up we actually need to plug the video cable in. So we go in here, that way up, wait. Yeah. I have tested this cable in here before. I think I'm just being very, very cautious. Oh, hang on. I think... Did I just goof and connect it the wrong one? Wait. So I had two of these around here. One that was... No, that 100% is correct. Okay, so I did break one of these in the process. Oh, that's annoying because the soldering iron's cooling. Oh, weird, it like snapped. I can use this one. Okay. So I snapped one of the wires in this ridiculous setup I've got going here. So I was putting too much tension on it when I was trying to connect up the cable. So I'm gonna have to rejig this. Okay, so I'm just stripping the end of this cable again, because what actually happened was it snapped, so I think I'd maybe accidentally snipped a little into the cable itself. It didn't come off because of the solder, it just snapped. Yeah, which is likely indication that it... Oh, it's like metal time right now. Who'd have thought the Fashion Dreamer soundtrack would go so hard? Great, there we go. Okay, so that should now be good. So I'm going to plug the SCART end of this into my converter. I've got my HDMI section plugged into my capture card. So we might have a picture here. I'm not holding out much hope. But we'll see. Let me just quickly switch over to the Loopy arrangement. And let me switch the power on. So far, absolutely nothing. So let me just check, because this may be my This could be a number of things. This is not an indication that we have completely failed just yet. First thing to check is my scene set up correctly. Yes, I do, Roger. I do. I think it might be... I think it could be a capture situation, though, so... Let me just see if I can get anything going here. So I'm just fiddling with the converter at the moment. It can be a little bit fiddly at even the best of times. Okay, the fact that we're getting nothing at all makes me think this is probably a capture card thing. So let me just pull up the other piece of software. Okay, just loading up Elgato's thing at the moment to see if it finds a signal. And if this doesn't work, I actually have another box that I can use, a kind of dumber box that's not going to give us as clean a signal, but it will be a good second test. Yeah, so there's nothing there. Be right back. I'm just going to search for that cable. I'll leave you with the Fashion Dreamer tunes while I'm gone. Hey chat, I'm back. I've got the box, which I'm going to switch over to now. If this doesn't work, it's far more likely that I messed something up, so... at that point, we will have to test again. Okay, let me go back to the webcam and just try one thing. So we'll go new video capture device. And we're going to go game capture. Okay, so the game capture just says straight up no signal currently. So I'm gonna pull power on it. Oh, wait. I'm a gooba. The reason why it was getting nothing was because I didn't have it plugged in correctly. But we're currently still getting nothing, so Skunk says it was a high impedance air gap. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. Still no signal though right now. Have I got the box set up correctly? Anyway, you can try this on a TV of some sort. Not easily. I don't have one here. We'll do some quick troubleshooting though. Just to make sure. I mean, there's no reason why. Roger says it's quite likely the capture cards don't do RGB. So that's my fault. I should explain what my current setup is. Where's the webcam? Okay, so I've actually opened. I bought 2 of these SCART leads, and I opened it up, and I believe that it is carrying RGB. And in terms of what I'm using between the Loopy and my capture card, I have a GBS-C, which I first tried, and then I moved to this little guy afterwards, which is a very cheapo, not very good SCART to HDMI, which I believe does do RGB as well, but I may be wrong on that one, but I thought it would be good to do as a secondary test. So let's just clear the decks here a little bit, and I'll look at the chip up close. One thing I didn't do is I didn't put the 100 ohm resistors in, but I thought we would still get a picture. I do, Roger. I have a RGB modded Famicom, which I tested through the GBS-C previously. I don't have it out right now. We can move on to that afterwards, though. I think that's a good idea, just to double check. So I think what I would like to do now is probably having another look at the chip up close. So we'll probably go like handheld with the camera in a second. So let me just give that a try. Let me swap over. Okay. Oops. Why are you this way around? Rotate. What's that going to be? That's going to be anti-clockwise. And I will need to get the focus right, so just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so I think even with this camera this close, it's not going to be suitable to show you the placement of the cables. It looks real terrible under that light. I promise it isn't as dire a situation as it looks there. Yeah, so Roger says, you could also try moving VCC and ground to the bottom pins 1 bottom left and 12 bottom right, but I'd check carefully that each pin is going where you expect, especially that VCC and ground aren't reversed or anything. Yeah, I'm going to move back to double checking that I've got these exactly as they need to be on both ends of, on the chip end and on the port end as well. Good suggestions. Okay, give me 1 sec. Whoops. Wrong screen. I'm a big fan of the Loopy Random Cube. It is certainly like a niche console though. It has a very small library. So yeah, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to everybody. Okay. And get the camera focused again. See you, Roger. Thanks for hanging out. I hope your appointment goes well. Sorry for the noise, just moving my light. I'm going to be honest, I'm really happy with the connections on here. I don't see any issue on that side. I'm just in the process of kind of untangling them a little bit. Just to make sure I've got the order right. So let's double check. 5 volt, 5 volt. O volt, which is ground. I need to just reference the sheet here. 23 needs to be R. Okay, I managed to pull it off the chip. Not ideal. Okay, that is R. That is G. That is B. Okay. Alright, well I need to reattach that anyway before anything else. I think what I might do is after I've reattached this, I might run to the other room where I have a TV where I can test this and take out all of the capture card shenanigans, take out all of the conversion stuff and just go straight into SCART. And that will give me the best reference as to whether or not I've mucked something up here in this stage of the process. Because if it is something else that's going wrong, the capture card will really make it hard to decipher what that is and to troubleshoot it. A random cube says, I know this is a bit off topic, but will you ever do another Minecraft stream? I have no plans to do another Minecraft stream. I really, really like Minecraft. And I really enjoyed having the realm, but I found it a little not fun to play on stream. And especially because of the issues we had with the realm in terms of the renewal of it. I probably won't do another stream for Minecraft. I need to give this a little bit longer to heat up. I want to make sure it's good and hot before I attempt this. Arch says, Don will play Minecraft if you recreate it in GBG. Fact. I will do that. Okay, I need a little bit more solder here. Night, Mr. Man Mystery. Lucy says, is it time to ask Dom about old series, lol? How's the freaky lot coming along? I know that you are, I know that you're somewhat joking and somewhat serious. I would really like to get back to the Freaky Lock before the end of the year. Who knows how feasible that's going to be. I would really like to. Okay, that's reconnected. I think this is going to be a good time to take a quick break, and I'm going to try this in the room where I've got a TV with a SCART plug. Yeah, because I think it will take some guesswork out. So what I'm going to do in the meantime is I'm going to put the drink break screen up. All of you cool people in chat who are already here will know that I'm not really going for a drink. I'm going for a Loopy test break. So I will catch you in a couple of minutes. This will be longer than a standard drink break because I will need to test a few things out. And yeah, I will be back shortly. Okay, catch you soon. Hey everyone, I am back. Sorry for keeping you. So, I just did the test on a computer with a SCART input. Sorry, a TV with SCART input. And there was an image. There was like a rolling black and white out of sync image and a buzz. So there's a couple of things that could be. It could be that the SCART isn't up to spec after all, but I did look at one because I accidentally bought two. I did look at it and it seemed to be for carrying RGB, but maybe we should take a look at this one and double check. It could be that I somehow balked the video chip in my during my soldering, and I suppose the way that we could check that is by using the composite output and checking through there, because if the picture's also bad out of there, then I did do something to the video chip. And if it's neither of those, then I probably did a bad solder job either on the chip or on the cable end. So there's some troubleshooting to do. I'm probably only going to spend about 40 more minutes here on stream today. So let's try and get through as many of those as we can. And if we still can't get it working, then I'll have to do some playing around with it and some testing off stream. So first things first, I'll get rid of the drink break screen and I'm going to open up the SCART and I'm going to try and reference an image and make sure that it is up to spec for RGB. Yeah, so the picture was weird. So it was all in black and white. Black and white only, and it was like a rolling image. And there was a really intense noise, but only in one channel. Now this had like a weird... The other one had like a weird... clamshell design, yeah. I forget exactly how to do it. I posted a message on the Discord about Constructopia. I would really like to get back to it, but work isn't ongoing right now for Constructopia. I don't know whether I'm just doing this wrong or if I'm misremembering how it opened up. I remember it had a latch on one, or not a latch, like a hinge on one end. Oh, there we go. I was just being a little bit too delicate. Have to do the same on the back. Oops. Okay. So that's the inside of the SCART cable. And I'm just going to pull something up on Google. RGB SCART layout. So that actually looks a little bit different to this image. Let me just make sure I have the right one. Why is that image flipped? Okay, well this will work, so... Okay, yeah. I mean, I think that's got a layout that it needs, the layout that it needs here. So, just reference another picture here. How are we getting ground? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the right SCART. Let's try and put this back together in a way that won't explode everything. Wait. That is the correct orientation. Isn't it? Oh, I guess not. Okay. No, that's definitely the right way. I am currently trying to solve how to put this SCART back in its case. Definitely the other way up. I had it right the first time. There we go. Okay. All right, our SCART is back together. Which means the next thing we should probably test is whether or not the Loopy still works out of the original video output. Because then I'll know whether or not I destroyed the video chip in some way, or if I've just messed something up elsewhere along the chain. So I'm going to need a minute to do that. I mean, Roger's not here anymore, and it could be that once you attach the wires to the chip, this output here won't display properly anyway. So this isn't actually even a guarantee of anything, but it seems to make sense that we'd still be able to utilize this one. So I'm going to give that a try. Okay, yellow, white, and red are in. I'm plugging the converter in. I am connecting up this to the graphics, or the capture card. I am going to plug the power cable in. I am going to turn it on, and I'm going to have a look at the Loopy. Okay, so the Loopy still works. And the picture quality is fine. We didn't break anything. But it does mean that I've balked something here. So one thing I could try doing is going to the other legs of the video chip, because we tried pin 19 and pin 24, and instead perhaps we could try pin 1 and pin 12 for 5V and ground instead, in case that's causing an issue somewhere along the line. But I'm glad I didn't break anything. So let's switch it off. Let's go back to the webcam. And let's unplug everything. And let's get back to some soldering action. Yes, Voxy, that was a beautiful explainer for a random cube. We're soldering onto the video chip so that we have a new kind of video output that the Loopy originally didn't support, which will provide a better quality image for when I'm streaming it. Okay. So let's fire up the soldering iron again. Let's clear the decks a little bit. I'm wondering whether or not I should put the... Oh, you know what it could be? I could have just done a bad enough job on the back of here. It doesn't look like I have, though. No, it honestly looks like I've done an okay job on here. I was wondering whether I just done a bad job on the back side of this board, but it's fine. But I'm going to use this as an opportunity to desolder these, because I need to put the extra component that I missed out in line anyway, which is probably not helping matters. So let's let the soldering iron heat up, and I'm just going to remove these once they do. One thing I just want to check is which of those actually need the... Okay, so it's the 100 ohm resistors are on the RGB and sync lines. Of course, yeah, that makes sense. It wouldn't be any of the others. So for that, I'm going to need 3 of these bad boys. Sorry, 4 of these bad boys. Ah, but one thing... There is a direction to resistors, isn't there? I'm going to have to do some Googling. Which direction mount resistors? Correct orientation. Tolerance band is separated from rest of the bands with an ever so slightly larger gap. Does anyone in chat happen to know which way around it should be mounted and if that matters? I seem to have a memory that it does. Okay. Okay, so the conclusion here says there are some cases where surface-mounted parts or temperature coefficient sensitive circuits, the direction might matter, but most of the time it doesn't matter. Okay. Alright, so we'll come back to... You know what, let's do that now. May as well. So I'm going to put the resistance in between where we're connecting up the cables from the video chip to the adapter here. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay. Okay, that's one. I'm feeling far less nervous about any of this soldering when it's away from that chip. I'm so nervous of working on that chip. Things can only go so wrong on this end. Thank you very much, Random Cube. I hope you have a great rest of the night. Oh, can't get a good angle here. Okay, that's 2. Three. Angle is so tricky. It really is, Voxy. Okay. Good, 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 good. So I want to trim the other ends now. Not too sure. I want to give myself a bit of wiggle room in case I mess up. RGS, when did Fashion Dreamer have a bop like this? I think this is one of the showroom tracks. Okay, yep. That's all looking good. I might just apply a tiny bit more solder to each one of those, just so that we don't have to worry about detaching any of them by accident while we're working. Oh, what a silly goose. Of course that was going to happen. Oh my goodness, I need to hold that hand steadier. Okay, good stuff. Just one more on there that I want to check in on. Great. Perfect. I'm happy with that end. I don't think there's going to be any issues with that end at all. So what we're going to do is we're going to very carefully... Oh, hello. We're going to very carefully go in and replace 24 and 19 on here. So 24 being ground. So we're going to replace ground with 1. What am I doing? I need a tiny bit of solder first. And some flux. We haven't fluxed this side at all. Okay, good. Great. That is perfect. So the next one is 19, if I'm not mistaken, which needs to be replaced with 12. This is our 5 volt here. And let's get a little bit of solder again. Wait, I'm pretty sure that's 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I realized as I was counting that, of course it's going to be 12. There's 24 pins. This is a bad angle. Oof, fiddly fiddly. Sorry, you probably can't see anything right now. I'll be as quick as possible. Okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some more solder on this end, so all I need to do is be close and make contact. Perfect. Great, okay. Those are both perfect. Really, really good. So I did lose these, but that's fine because we need to reconnect them anyway. I'm just going to use the... I'm going to use the desoldering ribbon to remove a tiny bit of extra off this pin here. Furiously cleaning this soldering iron. Great, got it. Okay, so let's just triple check our connections here. 23 is going to go to R. Let me expose a bit more of this. Need a lot more solder than that. I'm doing a bad job on that. Again, it's kind of the better end to do a bad job on though, because it's not really going to go wrong if I mess it up. I mean, we won't get the picture we need, but it won't break the system. Hey, One Eye, welcome to the stream. I hope you are feeling okay after what must have been a big process. We're just currently trying to modify this Loopy. Oh, I've goofed here. Okay, bear with me 1 second. I couldn't see, but I am perhaps one pin off with that G signal. I just need to move this light for 1 moment so I can see. Yep, okay, I'm 1 off. Sorry, the sound that you can hear is me just trying to position my light again. Ouch. Angle is extremely tough here. In fact, Problem here is the other cables are very much getting in the way now. Okay. I might just start from scratch with those blue cables because I'm not confident with my most recent pass there. Twenty 23 through to 20. Good. Great. This one's the toughest one because it's right up against that cap. You have to come in at such a weird angle. Oh, come on. .22 is my least favorite of these. Man, I can't get that one. Okay, got it. One left. Okay, great. That is all for RGB and sync. Looking real good. So RGB 23, 22, 21. This is where it'd be super handy to have a second helping hand. Why is this track looping? Okay. That is all of those on, and that looks pretty good on both ends. I'm much happier with how that looks on both the chip side and the connector. So I'm going to try it again. And I think just for safety's sake, I'm going to try it on the TV that has the SCART, because, like I said, there's too many variables here. If I get a picture down there, it's just down to making it work with my setup. So I will be back as soon as I can, probably about the same amount of time as last time. So don't go anywhere. Cross your fingers for us. Hopefully when I come back, I'll be going, yippee, because it's working. So, catch you in just a few minutes when I reveal whether or not it worked this time. Hey chat, I'm back. I am... Okay, so good and bad news. The bad news is it's not working. But the good news is I was able to recognize... Same issue, by the way. Exact same issue. I was able to recognize the boot sequence and then the title screen through the noise. So that makes me convinced that this is 100% a SCART issue at this point. It's okay, Arch, I'm not showing anything, I'm just chatting. Yeah, I'm convinced at this point that it's the SCART. Because it was garbled, the image was like a very thin grey line that swooped from left to right on the TV screen. And although the sound was messed up, the Loopy was outputting something over that signal. It's almost like the pin out on the SCART was misconfigured. Which, that's great because it means that the actual work here is probably okay. But it's bad because I don't have another SCART with a 9-pin DIN output on the other end to test it. So I think a blob says that it sounds kind of like a PAL NTSC issue. That wouldn't make sense. Yeah, I think it's the pinouts on the SCART are incorrectly configured. If I had to guess. So, I think annoyingly, I'm going to have to admit defeat at this point, and I'm going to have to investigate a replacement SCART as the next step. Having reconnected the pins... Oh yeah, you can't see because of the cart. Having reconnected the pins on that side, I am happy with the pinouts from that. The solder is good. I double checked the connections, and everything is good here. We've got the 100 ohm resistors in between. That is all soldered up nicely. I didn't blow up the Loopy, which is always a W. I agree, Arch. Just sad that I wasn't able to get it up and running, but I guess of all things for it to be, the SCART is probably the best thing that it could be. Yeah, I'll probably call it here for now, but I will definitely come back to this. I will let you know if I do discover that I've got another SCART that's up to the task, but most likely I'm going to have to order one in, so... And it will be from, like, Alibaba, so it will probably be in about a month's time. Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's nothing else that I've missed. I'll do another close inspection just to make sure that I definitely have the correct pin outs from the chip. But my last pass, I was pretty confident that was right. But there's no harm in checking again. Okay, well, thank you everybody for hanging out. Sorry that we couldn't get everything finished today, but it is how it is. Sometimes it doesn't work, but we didn't blow anything up, as Arch said, so that is a great place to end it. Ooh, yes, of course, Mr. O. I will definitely read your coffee message. Hang on. So. Mr. O says, I don't even remember what this goal was for, but here you go. Mr. O, thank you very much for the £10. I really, really appreciate it so much. So, a reminder that the coffee goal currently is for the Loopy Fund, as I refer to it, which has been helping out with collecting the remaining games, except for the extremely rare Chakra-kun, and also in trying to get some parts in for the recently acquired Broken Magical Shop, which you may have seen in the first part of the Loopy video. So all of it is a great help in that process. It would be amazing to be continuing to gather those bits together. All right, everybody, I am going to call it here for today, and I hope I will be coming back to you soon with some good news about the replacement part. But until then, I will say bye-bye.